Alton Coleman was an American spree killer. He was executed by the state of Ohio for the murder of 43-year-old Marlene Walters of Norwood, Ohio during a six-day killing spree in 1984. Carroll Edward Cole was an American serial killer who was executed in 1985. Carroll M. Bundy was an American serial killer. Bundy and Doug Clark became known as the Sunset Strip Killers after being convicted of a series of murders in Los Angeles during the late spring and early summer of 1980. Douglas Daniel Clark is an American serial killer. Clark and his accomplice Carroll M. Bundy were known as the Sunset Strip Killers. They were accused and subsequently convicted of a series of killings in Los Angeles. Richard Trenton Chase was an American serial killer who killed 6 people in a span of a month in Sacramento, California. He was nicknamed the Vampire of Sacramento because he drank his victims' blood and cannibalized their remains. Dean Philip Carter is a convicted spree killer currently housed on San Quentin, California's death row. He has been convicted of the murder of 4 women, Susan Knoll, Gillette Mills, Bonnie Guthrie, and Jeanette Collins. Nomadic hippie killers involved in the counterculture movement, suspects in 12 homicides, sentenced to life imprisonment for 3 San Francisco Bay Area murders in 198. David Joseph Carpenter, aka the Trailside Killer, is an American serial killer known for stalking and murdering women on hiking trails near San Francisco, California. Theodore Robert Ted Bundy was an American serial killer, kidnapper, rapist, and necrophile who assaulted and murdered numerous young women and girls during the 1970s and possibly earlier. Shortly before his execution, after more than a decade of denials, he confessed to 30 homicides committed in 7 states between 1974 and 1978. Jerome Henry Jerry Brudos was an American serial killer and necrophiliac, also known as the Lust Killer and the Shoe Fetish Slayer. Robert Charles Brown is an American murderer serving a double life sentence in Colorado State Penitentiary. Brown was born in Coushatta, Louisiana. According to a Red River Parish sheriff, Brown grew up as one of 9 children in a hardscrabble family. William George Bonin was an American serial killer and twice paroled sex offender, who committed the rape, torture and murder of a minimum of 21 boys and young men in a series of killings between 1979 and 1980 in Southern California. Terry Blair is an American serial killer, who raped and killed at least 7 women in Kansas City, Missouri. Lawrence Sigmund Bittaker and Royal Lewis Norris are 2 American serial killers and rapists known as the Toolbox Killers, who together committed the kidnap, rape, torture and murder of 5 teenage girls over a period of 5 months in Southern California in 1979. Arthur Gary Bishop was a convicted American child molester and serial killer. He confessed to the murders of 5 young boys in 1983, as a result of a routine police investigation. Richard Franby Ginauld was an American serial killer, who committed his crimes in Monmouth County, New Jersey. Between 1958 and 1983, B. Ginauld killed at least 9 people, and he is suspected in at least 2 other murders. Angelo Anthony Buono, Jr. was an American serial killer, kidnapper and rapist. Buono and his cousin Kenneth Bianchi together are known as the Hillside Stranglers. Kenneth Alessio Bianchi is an American serial killer, kidnapper and rapist. Bianchi and his cousin Angelo Buono, Jr., together are known as the Hillside Stranglers. He is serving life imprisonment in Washington. Robert Andrew Bob Bordella was an American serial killer in Kansas City, Missouri who raped, tortured and killed at least 6 men between 1984 and 1987. Family who killed guests at their inn in Labette County, Kansas in 187. David Richard Berkowitz, also known as the son of Sam in the .44 caliber killer, is an American serial killer convicted of a series of shooting attacks that began in New York City in the summer of 1976. Herbert Richard Baumeister was an American alleged serial killer from Westfield near Indianapolis, Indiana. Baumeister committed suicide before he could be brought to trial, and never confessed to the crimes he was alleged to have committed. Joseph D. Ball was an American serial killer, sometimes referred to as the Alligator Man, the Butcher of Elmendorf and the Bluebeard of South Texas. He is known to have killed 2 and is said to have killed as many as 20 women in the 1930s. Charles Frederick Albright is an American serial killer and diagnosed psychopath from Dallas, Texas, convicted of killing 1 woman and suspected of killing 2 other women in 1991. He is incarcerated in Munford Unit in Lubbock, Texas.